Brought to you by stationhousecoffee.com and inspireddisorder.com/music.
What you manifest in your mind, you can bring to reality.
Rona Dayz, episode 23 of the show that I wish would end, but people are selfish and pretend that a pandemic isn't going on. So they don't wear their masks. They have parties all over without any regard for the global pandemic, which is still going on, specifically still going on in California. There's a few hot spots. There's some states that are pulling out of it. But I really think that this summer it's going to spread. It's going to spread again, especially once people have to go back home. But anyway, still doing the show, 23 weeks now. And it's just, kind of I talk about whatever I want to talk about. This is the free form. There's no topic. It's just like me talking because, Rona Dayz. Kind of my day-to-day, even though most day-to-day stuff isn't that much different for me. I'm just working more on the things that I enjoy doing. Despite the fact that the $600 bonus that was tacked on to unemployment is gone. Very noticeable, very noticeable. Now I can almost pay all my bills. I can pay just about all of my bills. Aside from any taxes that they want, well, when you only give me enough money to just barely pay all my bills, there's not a whole lot of money left over to pay Trump's bailout, his bailout of billionaires, the billionaire bailout, because we all know how many billionaires are just, they just can't pick themselves up by their bootstraps in times of hardness and difficulty. Those billionaires, they need a bit of socialism in their life to just get all that money. While everybody else is poor, waiting in mile-long food lines because they can't afford food, billionaires, they're getting their bonuses. They're getting they're not worried. They're playing golf still. They literally, like the reality that we're all in, they don't exist in that reality. They have their own privately funded, government-funded reality where nothing ever happens to them. They never have any financial worries whatsoever. But us on the other end, the poor sons of bitches that can't even afford boots, let alone straps for boots. That little help of $600 a week really helped. Hopefully something will change, but I'm not going to hold my breath. With all of the government support, I have not been holding my breath, which is good because it took very long for any of it to even be processed. So they don't care. They just don't care. Doing everything possible to just really have the biggest crime wave probably to happen very soon. Probably a lot of suicides also. I just, it's just not going to be a good thing happening all over. But, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I was able to, thankfully, I sold some artwork, which is good. If you like artwork, you wanna support me, you want to collect my artwork. I have over 1,200 original pieces of art that I have for sale over at my website, inspireddisorder.com. If you use the code BIGTIME, you can save 40%, I think, is the discount if you want to save a bunch of money. But thankfully, I sold a bunch of paintings, so that helps. Been really focused on trying to perfect my packaging style for shipping my artwork, which, is kind of, it's really something that's hard to really improve and dial in when I so rarely actually sell artwork. But thankfully I sold a bunch, so I was able to kind of get some practice in on how I want to start packaging everything. Other than that, first world problems, Wi-Fi issues like crazy. For like 2 weeks, my phone would constantly be kicked off Wi-Fi. My laptop, producing the show on Sundays was a nightmare. But thankfully, the Wi-Fi issue was fixed. So everybody out there listening or watching, it's okay. The Wi-Fi issue is fixed. I no longer have Wi-Fi issues. I can successfully upload and download things without any regular, constant, just hair pulling out, gray hair making issues. Thankfully the Wi-Fi is working, but for whatever reason, There is a massive heat wave, or at least there was. It feels like today feels like it's a little bit cooler. Also, a lot less humidity. It was, I forget, like a few days ago, it was like 120 degrees with like 70% humidity. Which it's like August is the time where most of the humidity comes in, and still really hot days. And it's August that makes me really hate every single human being. That when they hear that it gets up to 120, 125 degrees, their first comment is that it's a dry heat. Which even dry heat with 120 degree Fahrenheit weather is just deadly. It's torturous. You don't go outside when it's that hot. Now, when you go inside, it feels good because it may be dry weather, most of the year. But in August, you get it's really humid and really hot, and it makes me want to punch everybody in the face that says, "Oh, it's a dry heat." Not always, not always, and even dry heat sucks. But yeah, huge heat wave, just like miserable, zaps your energy. I would wake up like just sleeping horrible, but just constantly just coated from head to toe in sweat, in like this oily sweat that just sticks on your skin, and it just feels miserable. So hopefully that will start cooling down. September usually it starts kind of, you get some cooler days and then you get a little bit of hot days. So usually September it starts to cool off. So thankfully we're getting into a time where I can actually go outside and do stuff. Whether it's just taking my dog on longer walks or just going out on my own with taking longer walks. Just kind of enjoying the fact that, I don't have to necessarily be locked up in a room all the time. Other than that, the only other big news in California is the fact that Uber and Lyft are being forced to make their drivers employees. At least it seemed like that was going to come to a head this past week, but it didn't happen. It's been something that they've been talking about for years. I drove for Uber and Lyft for over 2 years. Horrible companies to work for. When I first started driving, they had all these kind of benefits. Like if you drove for Uber, you would get discounts on maintenance for your car. You get discounts on cell phone service. You get discounts on health. Like there's all of these kind of discounts that you would get that help out the fact that you're an independent contractor, right? Because you're not an employee, so they're not held by law to like give you health insurance and sick pay and vacation time. So when you're an independent contractor, you're supposedly getting paid more. Although I probably made like $10 an hour, There's some times where you can get like, every once in a while you get a good day and you're actually making really good money. But that doesn't even factor in the fact that all the maintenance you have to spend on your own vehicle, maintaining your vehicle, getting oil changes, like getting alignments, getting new tires, replacing the battery, replacing the alternator. What are other things? Replacing the catalytic converter, which has to be the entire exhaust manifold, because for whatever reason, Dodge Grand Caravans don't make it easy for you to just replace one part. So it sucks. It sucks working for them. And they pay you less. Like, not only do you not get the benefits of discounts that you used to get, now they pay you less. They find every single way to pay their drivers less and less and less. And I don't have any sympathy for either of those companies. I don't have sympathy for any company, period, that makes billions of dollars off of the work of employees that are getting fucked on a daily basis. I feel bad for the people that rely on Lyft and Uber to get around. I feel bad for the people that are going to, kill people in DUIs because there's no Uber and Lyft to get, so they're just going to drive home drunk from the bars and kill people. Like, I feel bad for the people that are going to die because Lyft and Uber are more concerned with profit than they are humans, than they are their basically their employees. And a big reason that the California is going after them is because a lot of drivers, including myself, when the pandemic hit, were able to get unemployment benefits. And if you're an independent contractor, that doesn't exist normally. So the fact that myself and a lot of other people were able to get unemployment benefits, I think really kind of gives the government a big ace in the hole when it comes to leverage as far as what Lyft and Uber will have to do. But I don't have sympathy for them. Fuck them. Fuck Lyft. Fuck Uber. Fuck Amazon. Fuck every business and every business owner that runs like a giant conglomerate fucking business that just fuck Costco. Fuck all these businesses that just give their employees less every year, give them worse health care coverage, pay them less, make it harder for them to get raises, do all of the things to make sure that your profits increase, that your shareholders are happy. Fuck you all. You should all CEOs and board members and VPs of all of these companies should all be put on a giant yacht or a giant cruise ship with Trump and his entire family. We should set it out to sea, and then we should just light it on fire. Just literally let them all burn alive. That would be the most justice that would have ever happened in humanity ever, if all of these people, all of these billionaires that make all of their money off of the backs of people working jobs, full-time jobs that can't even afford to pay, you're not even getting paid a living wage. All those people should be put on a fucking cruise, and once they get set out to sea, light that bitch on fire. Put a cage on it. Don't let them jump off and try and swim. Make them all die burning alive, right? And maybe if the boat sinks, maybe some of them can enjoy the exhilarating death that is drowning. Either way, it's probably too good for them, but it would be at least a little bit of justice for the world that we're living in. And basically the slave labor. When you can't even afford to live and you're working your entire life for other people and you can't even afford to live, what the fuck point is it? What point is it? Burn it all down. Burn it all. Execute every single one of them. So yeah, that's it for this day of Rona Dayz, this week of Rona Dayz. I'm really happy and cheery because, billionaires are being taken care of. So thankfully, the billionaires don't have to deal with anything. They just keep on chugging along, making billions of dollars while other people are left to die and rot and commit crimes because, there's not a lot of jobs. So, yeah. Make sure you wear your mask, everybody. And the murderers, the people that killed Breonna Taylor are still free. So, anybody that says Blue Lives Matter needs to stop watching Avatar because there's no such thing as blue people. Your job doesn't matter. Your job doesn't matter because my job didn't matter. Nobody's jobs matter. The only thing that matters is if you're a wealthy CEO. That's it. Wear a mask, fucking idiots. Make sure you support our sponsor, StationHouseCoffee.com, and follow Station House Coffee on Instagram to get your small batch, single origin, premium coffee brewed in Vermont, shipped directly to you. Go to StationHouseCoffee.com and order your coffee today and tell them The Ray Taylor Show sent you. Also, get Amazon Music Unlimited for 30 days for free when you use my link, inspireddisorder.com/music. That's 60 million songs available at your fingertips. Stream anywhere on all devices when you get 30 days free of Amazon Music Unlimited by going through my link, inspireddisorder.com/music. New episodes of The Ray Taylor Show come out every single day. Subscribe on IGTV, YouTube, and everywhere else podcasts are found. Binge the full week ad-free over at patreon.com/inspireddisorder. Buy Ray Taylor Show merch over at inspireddisorder.com. Follow the show on Instagram at Ray Taylor Show. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Peace out!